Welcome to another episode of Scholastic IQ, the game where knowledge rules. I'm your host, Ethan Neer, and we have another great episode with two more teams here in store for you today. So let's introduce those teams. On our bottom row, we have Flora with Katie, Justin, Madison, and Emery. And as our top team, we have Johnston City with Waylon, Chase, Ava, and Gavin. But before we get into the questions, let's just do a quick reminder of the rules. We'll start off our game with some toss-up questions. Each of those will be worth 10 points. If you get that right, you get to move on to a bonus question, and that is worth 20 points. If you get that wrong, however, the other team does get a chance to steal. Now, if you guys interrupt me at any time when I am saying a question and get the question wrong, the other team will receive 5 points. If you get it right, no penalty. Feel free to interrupt me. All right, with all that out of the way, let's get into the questions. You guys ready? All right. For our first toss-up, what Roman emperor who ruled alongside Lucius Verus was the last of the, quote, 5 good emperors and wrote a Stoic text called Meditations? Ava.
Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius is correct. Well done. For you guys' first bonus, in 1938, a member of what bony fish of genus Latimera, believed extinct for over 60 million years, was caught off the coast of South Africa?
Sawfish.
Sawfish is incorrect. Flora, you do have a chance to see.
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish is also incorrect. I do love the extinct pufferfish. The answer you're looking for was coelacanth, but not spelled with S-E-E. It's C-O-E-L. That's a crazy spelling on that one. Leave it to the extinct fishes to have dumb spellings. For our next toss-up, what quantity which is equal to a phase velocity divided by frequency is denoted lambda and gives the distance between two crests of a wave? Gavin.
Wavelength.
Wavelength is correct. For the bonus, the painting Belshazzar's Feast is by what Dutch artist who painted The Night Watch?
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt is correct. Well done, Chase. And for your next question, what country, the base of terrorist group Al-Shabaab, funds campaigns in its region of Puntland to combat piracy off the Horn of Africa? Emery.
South Africa.
South Africa is incorrect. Ava.
Somalia.
Somalia is correct. The Somalian pirates. Well done. For your bonus, Gunther Guillaume served as an aide to Willy Brandt while working as an agent of what country's secret police, the Stasi?
Germany.
Germany is unfortunately incorrect. Flora, the chance to see them.
East Germany.
East Germany is correct. Gavin, you were right there. We were just looking for East Germany, not Germany. For the next toss-up, what explorer who is celebrated in the Lusiads followed Bartholomew Dias's route around the Cape of Good Hope as the first European to sail to India? Ava.
Da Gama.
Da Gama is correct. Columbus got it wrong. Da Gama got it right. For your bonus, what letter, sometimes preceded by an E for enhanced, is paired with numbers ranging from 0 to 5 in a widely used scale of tornado intensity?
F.
F scale is correct. Well done. On to our next question. What poet whose namesake suppers are celebrated with a reading of his Address to Haggis wrote Tam O'Shanter and is a beloved... Ava.
Burns.
Robert Burns is correct. Well done. And then for your bonus, a 1952 novel by E.B. White is named after what type of structure that is used to display the phrases terrific and some pigs?
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web is correct, is one of the answers. I almost misread it and said that I didn't accept that answer. That is correct. All right, for your next question, what integer is only sometimes considered a natural number, is the cardinality of the empty set, is the additive identity, and cannot... Katie.
0.
0 is correct. Well done. Give Flora some more points. And for your bonus, what cast iron and plate glass structure destroyed in a 1936 fire was built to house the World's Fair held in London 1851?
The Dome.
The Dome is incorrect. Johnston City, you have a chance to seal, and I see the wheels turn, at least from Wales.
No answer.
With no answer, the answer we're looking for, the same name of a popular football club, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. And for your guys' next question, we take it to our first media question. This theme song was made for the American television sitcom that aired on NBC from 1989 to 1993. The show spawned 2 spin-off series and 2 movies. Name the show. Madison.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell is correct. Well done.
I knew that.
And since that is a media question, there is no bonus question for that one. So we'll take it back to the toss-ups. Mesut Özil played for what country's national soccer team, whose current players include Marco Reus and 11-time Bundesliga champion Thomas Müller? Emery.
England.
England is incorrect. Ava.
Brazil.
Brazil is also incorrect. Thomas Müller, the captain of Germany's national soccer team. It's definitely football. For the next toss-up, what country, whose co-princes include a Catholic bishop in Catalonia, is a small landlocked country on the border between Spain and France? Ava.
Andorra.
Andorra is correct. Well done. And for your bonus, our first pencil and paper ready question. When the fraction 1 over x is added to the fraction x over 2, the sum has what numerator given the denominator is 2x?
One.
1 is incorrect. Flora, you do still have the chance to steal.
1x.
1x is also incorrect. The answer we're looking for is x squared, plus 2. Taking us back to the toss-up questions. What city built on the natural harbor of the Golden Horn is home to the Topkapi Palace and the Blue Mosque and was once called Constantinople? Ava.
Istanbul.
Istanbul is Constantinople is correct. Well done. And for your bonus, Betsy Ross's flag had to be updated in 1791 after the admission of what 14th state, the first to join the original 13 colonies? So you guys are all out of time. Flora, you still have the chance to steal.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is incorrect. The first state added to the colonies after that was Vermont. For our next question, what facility from which the Anglin brothers used a raft made of raincoats to escape in 1962 was a prison in San Francisco? Gavin.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is correct. For the bonus, what Greek hero saved his crew of sailors from the Lotus Eaters and had himself tied to a mast to resist the sirens?
Odysseus.
Odysseus is correct. Well done. Take us to another toss-up. What metallic element found in pyrite, hematite, and ferrocene is a major component of Earth's core? Katie.
Iron.
Iron is correct. Well done there. The bonus, what American author wrote poems known by their first lines such as, quote, I taste a liquor never brewed, and, quote, success is counted sweetest?
Dickinson.
Emily Dickinson is correct. Well done, Katie. Taking us back to the toss-ups. What character who is assisted by Wagner and seduces Gretchen in a play by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe? Ava.
Faust.
Heinrich Faust is correct. Well done. For you guys' bonus, what country's communist government was opposed to by Lech Walesa and the Solidarity Movement, which led strikes in the 1980s in cities like Gdansk?
Poland.
Poland is correct. Well done, Gavin. Getting that bonus question correct, we'll move to another media question. This British actress is best known for her comedy work. She most recently won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role of Queen Anne in The Favourite. Name this actress. Justin, I don't know if that's the face of I don't know, but I almost know. Okay. So you guys are all out of time. The answer is Olivia Colman. Very popular British actress, Olivia Colman. Justin, did you know you knew that one? Hey, next time. For the next toss-up, what river whose source is on Mount Hermon empties into the Dead Sea and borders a namesake Middle Eastern country whose capital is Amman? Ava.
Jordan.
Jordan is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in what country did Alexander Lukashenko, nicknamed Europe's last dictator, claim a landslide election win over Svetlana Tikhanovskaya in August 2020?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is incorrect.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria is also incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Belarus. For your guys' next question, what piece premiered by David Tudor in August 1952 has the players sitting silently for the amount of time in the title and was written by John Cage? Ava.
4 minutes 33 seconds.
4 minutes 33 seconds is correct. Well done. For the bonus, an orchestra traditionally tunes to an A above middle C played by which double reed instrument?
A bassoon.
Bassoon is incorrect. Flora, you have the chance to see.
Oboe.
Oboe is correct. Well done there. Clearly we have some orchestra kids with us.
Thanks,
And
my brother.
for the next toss-up, pencil and paper ready. What is the slope of the line that passes through both the origin and the point whose coordinates are 7, 14? Emery.
2.
2 is correct. Well done. And then for your bonus, what quantity which can be found using the parallel axis theorem equals mass times the square of the distance from the axis for a point mass?
Density.
Density is incorrect. Johnston City, you have the chance to steal.
No answer.
The answer we're looking for there was moment of inertia. And with that, we've now reached roughly the halfway mark of our game, and we'll take it to the lightning round. The way our lightning round works is each of you teams will have the chance to answer as many questions as you can in 60 seconds about a particular topic. Now, Flora, since you guys are trailing in this one, you do have the chance to pick what topic you want to use first. So your choices are Margaret Thatcher, 4-letter names, signs of the Zodiac, and M people.
Zodiac signs.
Zodiac signs it is. All right. Which sign of the Zodiac is your little interlude? And I will give you 60 seconds on the clock. I will count you down. 3, 2, 1. Is the first and represented by a ram.
Aries.
Aries is correct. Depicted as a crab and shares its name with a medical
Cancer.
condition. Cancer is correct. Is represented by a maiden or virgin.
Virgo.
Virgo is correct. Starts in mid-February. Is depicted by a fish.
Pisces.
Pisces is correct. Ends in May and is represented by a bull.
Taurus.
Taurus is correct. Is based on the myth of Castor and Pollux.
Gemini.
Gemini is correct. Is one of the 2 signs corresponding to October. You can pass.
Scorpio.
Scorpio is not the one we were looking for. Oh, actually, no, I'll take that too. That's correct. Is the name of the 13 popes. Is also the name of 13 popes, excuse me.
Libra.
Libra is incorrect. Is the namesake of an age in a song from the musical Hair.
Cancer.
Cancer is incorrect. Sign represented by a goat that follows Sagittarius.
Capricorn.
Capricorn is correct, and I believe you guys did not pass on any, so all done getting through all those questions very well. Is also the name of 13 popes. We were looking for Leo, and is the namesake of an age in the song from the musical Hair is Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. You caught me off on there as is one of the 2 signs contributing to October, because I thought it was saying prompt on Scorpio. It was saying prompt on the Scorpion, but Scorpio or Libra, we would have taken either of them.
Thank you.
So very well done there, making up a lot of ground on that bonus. So now Johnston City, it is your guys' turn. I will reread your categories for you. You have Margaret Thatcher, 4-letter names, and M people. Very specific on that last one with M people.
Four-letter names.
4-letter names it is. All right. Give these 4-letter names and titles. Only 4-letter answers will be accepted. I will give you guys 60 seconds on the clock, and I will count you down. 3, 2, 1. Nickname of Utah's NBA team.
Jazz.
Jazz is correct. Athletic apparel company co-founded by Phil Knight.
Nike.
That is correct. Groundbreaking 1993 first-person shooter partly set on the moons of Mars.
Halo.
What is it?
Halo.
Halo is incorrect. Former One Direction member who has released Pillow Talk as a solo artist.
Pass.
Brazilian who was FIFA's World Player of the Century.
Pass.
University whose sports team are the Blue Devils.
Duke.
Duke's correct. 2017 animated movie inspired by the Mexican holiday Day of the Dead.
Coco.
Coke's correct. Water-type Pokemon that evolves into Dugong.
Pass.
Oh, yes, I'm sad. ABC sitcom that starred Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito.
Pass.
Musician who released the 1993 single Loser.
Pass.
Former One Direction member who released Pillow Talk as a solo artist. No, okay. I'm sorry, you guys were all out of time. I am now realizing how incredibly old I am. We had this conversation with the last teams when they're like, yeah, I was born in 2006, 2007. The name of our 1993 groundbreaking first-person shooter was Doom, a game that I played when I was growing up, and now I feel old. Former One Direction member who released Pillow Talk as a solo artist was Zayn. Brazilian who was FIFA's World Player of the Century is Pele. The water-type Pokemon that evolves into Dugong was Seal. Very simple name for that one. ABC sitcom that starred Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito is Taxi. And musician who released the 1993 single Loser was Beck. All right, and with our lightning round over, let's take a quick look at our scores. I mean, Flora, excuse me, I believe you guys made up a good amount of ground in that lightning round. Well done. I think you guys got 8 of them. But Johnston City, I mean, still with a comfy lead. Flora, you still got plenty of time to catch up here. Now let's take it back to our toss-up questions. In what country were many people executed in the school-turned-prison S-21 and the killing fields by the Khmer Rouge and its leader Pol Pot? Emery.
Cambodia?
Cambodia is correct. Well done. And for your bonus, the city of La Paz is situated on what extensive plateau of the Andes Mountains?
No answer.
No answer. Johnston City, you have the chance to seal.
The Pampas.
Pampas is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was the Altiplano. Altiplano. For the next question, what religion whose adherents carry a ceremonial blade called a kirpan as part of the 5Ks? Ava.
Sikhism.
Sikhism is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what magical realist author of Chronicle of a Death Foretold set several works in the town of Macondo?
Garcia Marquez.
Gabriel Garcia Marquez is correct. Well done. For the next toss-up, what grain is found in the West African dish of jollof, the Spanish dish of paella, and in risottos? Katie.
Rice.
Rice is correct. Well done. For your guys' bonus, what New Zealander was nominated for Best Director for The Piano and won for The Power of the Dog?
Smith.
Smith is incorrect. Johnston City, a chance to steal here.
Johnson.
Johnson is also incorrect. We're looking for Jane Campion. Jane Campion. For our next question, pencil and paper ready. What is the value of 66 modulo 7? In other words, the remainder left when 67 is divided by 7, given the quotient is 9.
Four.
Can you say that again?
4.
4 is correct. Very well done. For the bonus, Astahaya by Panini is an ancient grammar text of what Indo-Aryan language of the Vedas and other Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain liturgy?
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit's correct. Well done, Ava. Back to the toss-up. What country whose city of Wow is the birthplace of model Alek Wek is governed from Juba and split off from its northern neighbor in Africa? Ava.
South Sudan.
South Sudan is correct. For you guys' bonus, after a 1975 referendum, the mountainous kingdom of Sikkim abolished its monarchy and became a state of what country, home to nearby city Darjeeling?
Pax.
Pass. Flora, you have the chance to steal.
Yeah, that's fine.
No answer.
The answer you were looking for there was India. All right. For your next question, what 2005 novel in which Hans Huberman defies the Nazi regime is narrated by death and centers on young Liesel? Justin.
Sorry, I don't have it.
All right, I will finish reading the question. On young Liesel Meminger, who steals literary works. Ava.
The Book Thief?
The book thief is correct. Justin, I see you shaking your head. As soon as I finished that one, you knew exactly what it was. And for your guys' bonus, what paired organs produce epinephrine in the fight or flight response, and sits on top of the kidneys?
Adrenal glands.
Adrenal glands, correct. Well done. For the next question, what scientists proposed that atolls form on sinking islands and recorded the beak shapes of the Galapagos finches? Emery. Darwin is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what baseball player for the Yankees gave a 1939 farewell speech in which he called himself, quote, the luckiest man on the face of the earth?
Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig's correct. Taking it to our next question. What Mediatonic video game features rounds like Gate Crash, Roll On, and Hexagon, and depicts
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys is correct. Well done. Very topical question. And for your bonus, in which body of water are Ellesmere Island, Victoria Island, and Baffin Island, which belong to Canada? I'm looking for the name of the body of water.
Arctic Ocean?
Arctic Ocean is correct. Well done. The next question. What trial in which the Butler Act was defended by William Jennings Bryan and critiqued by Charles Darrow concerned a teacher who taught evolution? Waylon.
Scopes Monkey Trial.
Scopes Monkey Trial is correct. Well done. For your bonus, Ambrose Burnside led the Army of the Potomac during what 1862 battle in Virginia in which Union forces suffered heavy losses on Marye's Height? It's a bonus.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I like the enthusiasm.
Chancellorsville.
Chancellorsville is incorrect. Now, Emery, the chance to steal. Fredericksburg is
There
correct.
you go.
Well done. And that'll take us to our next media question. This television show is an American psychological dark comedy drama web miniseries made for Netflix in 2018. The series follows two strangers who connect during a mind-bending pharmaceuticals trial and stars Emma Stone and Jonah Hill. Name the show. So you guys are all out of time. Man, Netflix has too many shows because I've never heard or seen this show in my entire life. The answer was Maniac. Yeah, I see Madison reacting like, what is that show?
Doesn't even click.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Back to the toss-ups. What automaker which dissolved its PR department in 2020 has released the Model Y and the Model S? Waylon.
Tesla.
Tesla is correct. For the bonus, Nelson Rockefeller and Gerald Ford were appointed vice president under Section 2 of what constitutional amendment governing presidential succession?
22?
22 is incorrect. Justin, I see some whispering.
The 12th.
The 12th is also incorrect. I'm looking for 25th. The 25th amendment.
You whispered so loud.
You did was I could pick it up when I heard you too. I was like, 12th. And now for our next question. What aristocrat who pays off George Wickham to save Lydia's honor eventually marries Elizabeth Bennet in Jane Austen's novel Pride and Katie?
Darcy?
Darcy is correct. The name of the novel is not Pride and Katie, but it kind of And for your bonus, ethylene is the simplest example of what class of hydrocarbons that have one or more carbon-carbon double bonds? I'm sorry, Flora, you are all out of time. Johnston City?
Polyatomic.
Polyatomic is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was alkane. Alkane? One of them. And I believe I'm correct. That is all the questions that we have time for here today. That bell signifies it. So let's take a look at the score. Johnston City 405 and Flora 230, but a good effort all around from both teams. So that'll be all the time we have for here in the show. For all of our lovely contestants here today and for all the people working behind the scenes, thank you so much. I'm Ethan Neer, and good night.